What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and this is your Everton versus Fulham match preview. A game that I'm nervous for, to be honest. You know, over the last two games, we've conceded 7 goals, 3 against Man United, 4 against Spurs. We've not lost any of those games, which is mad. But we've not been great at home against teams like Leeds, West Ham, Newcastle. And I sort of worry about teams like Fulham. You know, we saw it last season. Everton lost at home to Norwich. I'm scared. You know, Fulham go into the game. They've conceded a lot of goals. They're second bottom in the league. They've only had 2 wins. They've had something like 10 draws. No, it's even less than that. Something like 6 draws, 7 draws, and the rest are defeats. And they've only scored, I think it's 18 goals in the league. Cordova-Reid getting 5 of them. You know, this is a Fulham side that are usually quite pointless in attack. You know, they don't have many goals. Mitrovic hasn't hit the heights of last season. They've brought in Joshua Maja, who some of us may know from watching the Sunderland documentary on Amazon. But this is a very weird Fulham side, because if you actually look at their team, certainly in the middle of the park, they've got good players. You know, they've got quality and delivery in players like Lookman and Cavallero. So it's a game that Everton should win. And that's why I'm nervous. You know, I just sit here and I think, you know, for Everton, this is a massive game because we're playing at 7 o'clock on Sunday, Valentine's Day. It's a game that is against the team you'd expect Everton to win. We've got a very decent team. We've got James Rodriguez back. Gylfi Sigurdsson and Tom Davies played really well against Spurs, I would say. Bar there was a mistake from Sigurdsson for their goal, which he turned Sanchez into the ball in the box. But, you know, I think he assisted 3 and scored 1 himself, so I'm not going to hold it too much against him. And Tom Davies was fantastic. But I still worry about the middle of the park. You know, whenever we don't have Allen, I worry. You know, Decore's been fantastic. I mean, he's like the Duracell bunny. He just keeps going. You know, the batteries that the bloke's got are unbelievable. But surely at some point it's got to take a toll on him, because he's being asked to play constantly because he has to. You know, he has to play because we just haven't got as good of options as Allen and Decore in the team. And yes, as I say, Tom Davies has done well in recent weeks, and he has. You know, I'm not going to sit here and be a typical boo boy and boo him out, etc. But, you know, Tom Davies has this period every season where he plays well, and you think, yeah, he's this is the Tom Davies we was expecting. So I'm reserving judgment at the minute, but at this moment in time, Tom Davies is playing really good football. Sigurdsson is playing better than we've seen last season, certainly, and I'll probably give Sigurdsson another year deal. Gomez has been fantastic. It's a real shame that he wasn't in that game against Spurs, because a little bit of slowness in that game might have actually helped Everton control it a little bit more, because against Spurs it was very up and down, and Gomez may have stopped that. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's a big blow for Everton. He come off against Spurs around the 65th minute, I think it was, or 70th minute. But this means we may see Josh King start from the go this week, which again is a positive. You know, there's no real negatives to this Everton side at the minute. Yes, we've conceded goals, and I've made my point and my comments very clear about conceding goals at Everton, because Everton aren't balanced at the back unless you play the 4 centre backs. And I know people disagree with me, and loads of people say you can't drop Luca Dean, and I don't. I play Luca Dean in midfield. I push him further forward. I change my team to accommodate Luca Dean, but some people don't agree with that. However, I've changed my team quite a lot this week, so we'll go through the team straight away. We go Olsen in goal. We go on the left. We go Luca Dean. He plays in a 5 across the back / midfield. So it's either a 3-5-2 or a 5-3-2, depending on what mood you're in. Keane, Godfrey and Mina make up the centre 3 at the back. Coleman goes on the right-hand side. Then in the middle, we have Doucouré and Gomez. Up front, we have James Rodriguez. Well, in front of them, we have James Rodriguez. And up front, we have Richarlison and King. Because that's a team that won't be weak in the middle of the park. And that's where Fulham hurt Everton last time. Through the middle of the team, through the spine, you know, players like Loftus-Cheek getting on the ball, Tom Kearney making them passes. We struggled with that. You know, Fulham cut us open time and time again. And we don't want that. You know, we don't want that against a Fulham side at home. So I play a 3-5-2 and I go with the aggressive fullbacks. We go out to attack. We set out to attack, but it does give us that cover because Doucouré can drop and make it 4 at the back, which means Godfrey can step across on the left. It means we're more balanced. You know, I think a 3-5-2 with that Everton side would beat a Fulham comfortably. But again, I don't want to get ahead of myself because I was convinced we were going to beat Newcastle. I was convinced we were going to beat Leeds and West Ham and get a point at least against Manchester United and beat Leicester and beat Liverpool. And we haven't. We played better against the bigger teams. You know, we've got Manchester City midweek. It really wouldn't surprise me if Everton gets some form of result. And that's what's been weird this season. You know, the games you've expected Everton to win, the 2 games against Newcastle, the game against Southampton, we've lost. I think if Everton can press Fulham, we know they concede goals. They've conceded on average 1.4 per game. So Everton know that if we can press Fulham, we'll score. And equally, they don't score many. So as long as we keep the ball in their half with possession, Fulham won't be able to hurt us. But again, as I say earlier, this is Everton. And when it comes to playing at home against teams you expect us to beat, I don't know what to say. So I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about this game. I'd be lying. But I think the 5-4 at home surely give us massive confidence. You know, this is an Everton team that is notorious for bottling it. And look, you think about that Tottenham game in numbers. We go 1 down. We show that mentality, that grit, that fight. We get back to 3-1. We then bottle it. We go 3-3. We then grow a pair. We go 4-4. We then bottle it. We go 4-4. We then grow and mature again and go 5-4. And Everton is showing that this season. It's never say die against the bigger teams. But when we went 1-0 down against Southampton, 1-0 down against Newcastle, 1-0 down against West Ham, I never ever felt we were coming back. And that's the weird thing about this season. You know, people's home forms have been poor, but if you'd said to me at the start of the season, you know, you're gonna lose at home to Man United, Leicester, Chelsea. I'm very tired. I'm practically burnt out, if you can tell. Jesus. Then I just took that. But we haven't. We got a draw against Leicester. We beat Chelsea. You know, Everton, they're just so weird. And that's what worries me. That's what scares the shit out of me in this game, because I really think Everton could do an Everton. But then I really think we won't, and I think we'll win. So I don't know, my head's a bit fucking twisted about this game. I think based on what I want to happen, I think Everton win 2-0. But genuinely, nothing would surprise me. Nothing. And equally, the team, the lineup, the way that we set up, I just haven't got a clue. You know, Josh King's pace in behind Fulham's defence will really hurt them, but will he utilise it? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm really stuck for the preview for this game. And it's been a long week. Just on a personal note, I'm getting to the point where I'm a bit burnt out. Doing a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of streams, and to say it's taking the toll wouldn't be an understatement. The late night the other night absolutely wrote me off. So, yeah, as a result, and obviously our game is Valentine's Day, and I know a lot of people don't believe in Valentine's Day and the whole commercial element of it, and trust me, I get it, like I get it. But I always think of Valentine's Day as like a family day. So, you know, we tend to do something nice with Finn. Obviously this year it's completely different. So, I don't know. There's a very strong chance, and I want to let you know now, that there won't be an Everton v Fulham watch-along. If anything does change, I will let you know, but I suspect there won't be. I will do a match reaction. So, yeah. And if you want to spam any of the Everton YouTube channels, any of the, you know, the good ones, and say they can do a channel takeover for the watch along, then let me know, and I'm more than happy for them to do a channel takeover, and they can do a watch along. You know, maybe the guys from Falcon Blues, I love them. Maybe Cam, Mighty Blues. I think Rose will probably be doing her own watch along, but if not, if no one comes and does my watch along, make sure you go and watch Rose's. So yeah, look, that's where we are on that. I need a bit of a break, to be honest. I just need a couple of days just to chill out. Another thing I want to mention, and this is really important, and I'm very keen to discuss this, is the online abuse of, well, a lot of people. So Arteta's come out and said he's received abuse, which we know he has. Steve Bruce has come out and said that he's received abuse. Mike Dean obviously has received abuse. You know, he's asked to not be part of the weekend fixtures this weekend. And now look, I'm going to put this in perspective. When I was at school, and you had an issue with someone, maybe there was an issue with something someone said, or, you know, you didn't like a decision that was made. The way you tended to settle it was there'd be a fight, you know, whether it be in the playground, whether it be outside, whether it be in the local park. You know, you'd even see in some classrooms, you know, I remember a lad getting absolutely his head taken almost clean off by a punch in the science lab. You know, this is what school was like in where I live. And there wasn't as much online abuse. Now, yes, let's talk about 15 years ago. There really wasn't. You know, if you wanted to say something and you said it with conviction and you meant to say it to someone, you stood there with your chest out and you say it. And you as a person should never say something behind someone's back that you wouldn't say to their face. And we're starting to see a lot of this online now. We're starting to see a lot of people feeling that because their account isn't verified, because they don't have to have a display picture, because they've got no way of really proving who they are unless you go and search for their IP address and track them down, people think they can do that. And it's an absolute disgrace to this game. It's a disgrace in life. You know, for people to have death threats over a game of football is a joke. It's absolutely pathetic. And look, I don't like Mike Dean. There you go. I've said it. I don't like John Moss. I don't like VAR and half the people running it. I certainly don't like the FA. I don't like the media. I don't like Sky. But do I hope any of them die? Absolutely not. I would never wish ill on anyone. So how do people, how do clowns think that that is acceptable on any walk of life? You know, you think about it. We've been in a pandemic now for the best part of 12 months. And you've got people there wishing ill on people when, trust me, their life is already shit as it is. You know, if people have got time to make countless accounts, fake accounts, you know, get banned, go again, get banned, go again, get banned, go again. What fucking life have they got? You know, I can't sit there and tolerate people who, one, think they're better than everyone else. Two, because they disagree with a decision, they make it personal. And three, they're just muppets. They're just knobheads and just nasty people. I haven't got time for that in my life. I haven't got time to even be associated with that. And I think it's a massive shame that companies like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they allow for this festering of a complete shit fest all over their social channels, because it just hurts people. You know, if I made a mistake at work, would I expect my boss to get personal with me? No. You know, if I make a mistake that affects me personal, then fair enough. But Mike Dean was doing his job, yes, badly, as he does very often. But there's nothing I can do about it. There's very little he can do about it, because he's been told he's doing a good job by the FA. He's been stitched up by VAR. And trust me, I'm not defending referees. Every single referee I know hates Everton. Trust me, they do. The media, they hate Everton. I mean, you know, Everton could be third in the league if we win our 2 games in hand. And we've got a game on Wednesday, if you hadn't noticed, a game in hand. If Everton beat Man City, Everton are in the top 4. So there's loads of people that just think because of that, we'll turn it personal. Now, look, I haven't had real online abuse like that. I've never had a death threat. I've had a few people take the piss, go, oh yeah, you're fatty, oh yeah, no one wants to listen to you because you're a Brummie, you shouldn't support Everton, you should support Villa. And you just sit there and you laugh at them. You think you're a fucking clown. You're a clown. If you've got time to sit there and be horrible to another person on this world, then what sort of cretin are you? And it makes you laugh. You know, I think the worst thing I've ever had was somebody saying, somebody said, oh, I'd love to see you in a brick, I'd knock you out, or something like that. And I sort of sat there and thought, mate, you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. And it's not about going, oh, you're hard, or it's beef, or any of that shit. It's none of that. If somebody's got the conviction to say something vile behind someone's back, behind no DP, no address details, no name, then who are you? Who are you? You're a drip. That's what you are. You're a fucking parasite on society. So, look, I'll sit here all day, every day, saying I'm completely against stuff like that, because trust me, mental health is real. And people get affected by it in different ways. And trust me, your best friend may not even tell you this, but he may be feeling completely shit about life. She might be thinking, do you know what, I can't do any of this anymore. And you might not even know, because they're all smiling, all happy, all Larry. And all of these YouTubers are exactly the same. You know, what would happen if Robbie, for example, from Arsenal Fan TV, come out and said he was struggling? Or Expressions, or someone massive that you all know? What would happen? They'd get as much hate as they do love. It's wrong. It's wrong. The world that we're in right now needs to fucking fix up, you know, against gender equality, against racism, against this hate online. It's pathetic. And I'm telling you now, if you are one of those people that think it's acceptable on any level, one, this isn't the channel for you. And two, just grow up.